Man United 2, Everton 0. We are through to the Carabao Cup semi-finals against Manchester City in a one-legged affair. Really good game. Really good game, especially the first half an hour of the game. I thought we were very, very dominant. Attacking team picked by Solskjaer. Great substitutions made by Solskjaer, who all had an impact on the game. But I just want to take a moment, right, guys, to put some respect on Solskjaer's name. I do. And that's not in a carried away kind of way. I mean, for the moment that we're in, yeah? He made 9 changes today. 9 changes. You look at the players who missed out against Leeds. Matic, Pogba, Greenwood, Van de Beek, Cavani, them 5 there. And they all came in today and they played well. And yes, the substitutions kind of kicked in and essentially got us the win. But I think that Ole's got us in such a positive moment right now. Like, the players are buying into what he's doing. Whether you think he's not the right man or not, we can only talk about the moment we're in right now in this current season. And the players are confident. The belief is in the players. That's 2 games in a row now where we've started like a house on fire. Yes, we didn't get our reward for it today, which could have been our downfall. It did look like it was going to penalties at one stage. I did think that. But we were on the front foot, and on another day we would have taken the chances. So I like what Ole's doing right now. I think you look at the team from a year ago when we was in the Carabao Cup semi-final. Sorry, I know that wasn't quite a year ago. It was like middle of this year, because when we come back after lockdown against Norwich. But even in that season is what I mean. You look at the difference in the side, and no disrespect to these players, but when we were playing Carabao Cup games, we were playing Igalo, Chong, Lingard, Dan James, Pereira, players like that who weren't really in the first team, or Mata or something like that, even though I still rate Mata. This time, we're making like 9 changes, and we're playing players like Pogba, Greenwood, Van de Beek, Cavani, obviously, he wasn't there before. Bringing in Bailly, who looked ready. Bringing in Tuanzebe, who was more than able to cover, which we know he can do, like he did against PSG when he manhandled this guy here, Mbappe. So I wanted to just give an honorary mention to that, because before we get into the game, you got to just admire what moment we're in now. On the road, we're winning games. Yes, we're not perfect. Of course, we're not perfect. And you know what? The fans not being there and stuff like that, is you got to add that all into the ingredients of why football's so weird at the moment. But you can only talk about what's going on in front of our eyes. And I think Ole as well today with the substitutions was spot on, because it looked like the game was drifting. People might have, look, I knew, for me, I could see those 2 substitutions coming on. The game was crying out for Rashford and Martial. And he did it with enough time to spare. Donny van de Beek, people will say that he's the scapegoat sort of thing, and why did he have to get taken off, which I do feel a bit for Donny. That is always the thing for him. Some people were calling for Cavani to get taken off because he had quite a few chances in the first half, then went a bit quiet. But Ole's decision paid off. He's making good decisions. He made a decision to start Dan James against Leeds. It paid off. He played well and he scored. Scott McTominay he went with after Pogba played well against Sheffield United. It worked. McTominay has a storm. So Ole's decisions are really paying off. So when I've criticised him, or when we've criticised him for getting it wrong, I think we have to kind of say, you know what, big up, Ole, big up. You know, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but we're going in the right direction and we're in a positive moment right now. And we've got a massive opportunity in this Carabao Cup. Now, of course, it will be difficult because we're playing against the Manchester City side, which, you know, is full of stars and is Pep, la-di-da-di-da. We know that. But it's great motivation for these players, you know, and it's a one-off game as well. It's not 2 legs this time, and we got absolutely pammed up. 3-0 at half-time it was in the first leg, semi-final last time. So a chance for these players to avenge that. And then you're looking at the other semi-final, if we can get through past Pep and Manchester City, you're looking at Jose thinking, okay, look, you can't really see how he doesn't beat Brentford. No disrespect to Brentford, but if you're a betting person, you're probably going to bet on Tottenham to win that. It'd be great if they don't. And big up to Brentford. You know, there are good football inside because they are in a semi-final. Maybe they'll bring Ivan Toney back in and go for it because they are a good side. But obviously, promotion is their priority. But you know, you're expecting Tottenham to probably win that game. And then we could, you know, Tottenham slapped us up 6-1. So, and then if we have to play against Jose in the final is your bread and butter Jose. When you want to see Jose at his best, it's in them one-off games in finals and stuff. He's got a good record in finals. And if Ole can beat Pep Guardiola in a semi-final and then go and beat Jose, his nemesis, in a final at Wembley, that would be massive. But it's step by step. We've got to win first against Man City in early January. And what a game that's going to be. But on the game, listen, the fact that we started so brightly, I was really pleased with that. And I was just really pissed off that we didn't score in that 25, 30 minutes. I was thinking, you get that feeling this is going to be one of those games, when you get your chances. They weren't gilt-edged chances like, oh my God, how did he not score that? But we were knocking on the door and we just couldn't get that, like I said, that gilt-edged chance, which was a concern because I think after about the 25th minute, 30th minute mark, I think we kind of stopped being quick on the ball, allowed Everton into the game. Wasn't in any real trouble, but we allowed them to kind of settle. And to be fair, Everton started off really badly and they were only going to get better from there because they were really poor. And we made them look poor as well. So we go in at halftime kind of thinking the game's a little bit flat and we wanted a quick reaction. And I don't think we got that. There was a middle from the beginning of the second half to sort of midway through the second half. We just didn't look like we were going to score. Neither did Everton, though. We were in control of the game, but we just wasn't creating. It just wasn't clicking. We got quite sloppy on the ball. People giving easy passes away, knocking it out of play, not finding their man, giving the ball away. And it just looked a little bit messy. And then the subs came along and the game was crying out for Martial and Rashford. And they had a big say in the game. Even when Rashford first came on, his passing range was way off. I think he hit one out of play. Then he hit a cross, I think, that just went out. And then he hit one, but he knocked it back to Eric Bailly, where Eric Bailly had to go running after it to get back. So I do think that was an issue as well. So we wasn't quite at the races, and it looked like, I even tweeted it, I said, this has got pens written all over it. And then up pops Cavani, which I may have to add, or not may have to. We were lucky that he was on the pitch. If there was VAR, with how it's going right now, he would have got sent off. So we definitely got nice with that. But what can you do? It's not our fault, is it? I mean, at the end of the day, look, Yerry Mina they were both going at it, to be fair. Yerry Mina was grabbing him up. And if it was fine, if it would have stayed at the grab, but as soon as Cavani went around this area here and pushed him, Yerry Mina's a big 6 foot plus guy and went down easy. But if VAR would have looked at that, you saw it with Xhaka. As soon as you put your hands around there, you're looking at trouble. So we did get a little bit of life there, but he stays on the pitch, and Ollie, and more importantly, he stays on the pitch because Ollie keeps him on the pitch. People could have said take him off because he missed his chances earlier, and he stayed on the pitch. And you know what? What a strike out of nowhere! And Martial gets the assist as well. Good pass to him. Weaker foot outside the box, bottom corner. Cavani divided a lot of opinion when we got him, or you might be thinking didn't divide opinion for myself, but I remember me and Mark moaning, Mark more so, at the lack of planning from the club to get Cavani. But very, very quickly in that moment when we signed him, I got away from that because I was like, you know what? Yes, we've panicked a little bit and he clearly wasn't in the plans. Otherwise, we would have got him a lot earlier. But you can't deny what he brings. You can't question his credentials. You can't question how good he has been and how good a striker he is. And I think out of our strikers, for obvious reasons, only Mason Greenwood scores that goal. I don't think Martial will cut in on his left foot from outside the box like that and stick it in the far corner, weaker foot. And I don't think Rashford scores that goal as well. Cavani has that little bit of something different. He's a thoroughbred number 9. And a great goal that it was as well. And I was really pleased for him to get a goal. And obviously Martial as well, an assist and a goal in 15, 20 minutes. Brilliant from him. The one that he missed, or when he messed his feet up as well, I was thinking, here we go. That's, it's going to be slander on Martial again. But, you got to talk about it. He was on the pitch, about half an hour, I want to say. Maybe a little bit shorter than that. Probably a bit shorter than that. And he had a massive influence in the game, a goal and assist, and an assist for Rashford as well. So, you know what? All in all, you have to big up the boys because what I'm seeing is a real hunger to do well. They're definitely playing for Ollie. Do you know what I mean? I think what Ollie may lack in tactical genius, I think he makes up for in personality and charisma and making the players play for him. Do you know what I mean? The players are playing for him after the Pogba shenanigans a few weeks ago. He's settled down. He's in a good moment. He's playing well. He looks confident. Ollie's got him going again. Ollie's managed to get these players going again. To the point where now you're looking at the Leicester game and I'm like, it's tight in midfield. We got a selection headache. Do you know what I mean? Because McTominay had an absolute stormer against Leeds. You might argue that he needs to play. Paul Pogba was in a great moment. In my opinion, he needs to start the game. Fred is Fred. He's always one of the first names on the team sheet in that position, obviously. Matic played very well today. Big up Matic, by the way, today. Big up Matic. His performance will go under the radar today. Most interceptions, most passes, most touches on the ball, most tackles. He was really good today. He technically could have been man of the match as well. But my man of the match was Martial. But yeah, in midfield, I just think we're in such a good moment. Obviously, Bruno, you know, is going to start. Any one of them players can start, and that's what we want. We want competition for places. How many times have we been relying on players, relying on the likes of Paul Pogba to have to start every game and make something happen? Although we rely on Bruno every game to make something happen, that's a bit different. But it's a good moment, and I just want to appreciate this moment. I think we're going to beat Leicester. I've got a really good feeling about that game. I can't take it back. I've gone on record on the fan forum saying I just got excited, but it's just my gut feeling at the time, saying Vardy's not going to do anything, and our front three are going to be at it, and we'll go and get the result there. But you know, I hope I'm right, or I'll have custard pie on my face. But I've just got a really good feeling about this Leicester game, which I haven't had. A lot of games I'm quite sceptical, but because I want to wait until I see kind of a bit more proof in the pudding, and I just see us in a good moment right now. Is it a definite? Of course it's not, because we're Man United and we've seen our inconsistencies before. And to be fair, these next two games against Leicester and Wolves are going to tell us a lot about ourselves. But on the road, what is that? 9 wins on the road, on the bounce now? In the Premier League, away from home? I think it's that, or it's definitely away games anyway. So we're in a really good moment. Leicester's home form's a little bit dodgy. And I think Ollie should go for it again, Boxing Day or St. Stephen's Day, as I learned earlier on today. So yeah, big up, man. I want to big up Ollie. I want to big up the players. And I think as fans, we sort of have that thing of, you know what, it's Carabao Cup's not really that interesting, whatever, you know, play the Dan James, play Mata, whatever. But in hindsight, Ollie, to be fair, has looked at it and stuck to his word. He said in his press conference, we are desperate to win a trophy. We're desperate to get our hands on some silverware. His team selection reflected that. His attitude from the players and the instructions reflected that. The substitutions reflected that, and obviously the result has reflected that. So you got to big up Ollie. He's staying true to his word. He is going after it. And you know what? I'm glad he has, because now the draw's been done as well. You look at who we got in the semi-finals, the chance to right the wrongs from last year, going out in the semi-finals to Man City, and hopefully get to the final. And if it is against Spurs, we've got a chance to beat them and avenge the 6-1 humiliating loss from earlier in the season. So for me, Martial, man of the match. Could have been Matic, because he was brilliant as well. And it could have been Cavani, because he scored a great goal in injury time, and that is what pretty much got us the win. And yeah, roll on Christmas Day, guys. Have a great Christmas. Big up yourselves. It's been a long, difficult year, man. It really has. And to everyone watching at home, big up for all the support. I mean, it was great in the fan forum today. So many super chats and comments coming in the free seats of just people just enjoying the content and everyone coming together, because it's tough. Do you know what I mean? It's tough. No one's asked for a year like this, man. It has been flipping tough on everyone. But, you know, enjoy it with your families and, you know, any people that you're staying with in your bubbles and that. Stay safe, enjoy it. And we will see you guys on Boxing Day. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. And I will see you on Boxing Day against Leicester. Peace.